Here we are at the Dover Goodwill. Here I am. This is Joe the Vet, looking at all the bins, looking at all the aisles, looking for any vintage clothing and shoes. And of course, I'm here with all my helpers. I got my lovely wife, and I also have my sons, Michael and Enzo, who's behind the camera. Please leave comments. Make sure that he's doing a really good job in the camera. I think he is doing really good. Here I am looking at some sneakers, but apparently there was a few sneakers that I was able to get, but there were slim pickings along the way because we have gotten to the store like around 11 o'clock, so I know the store had been picked over by other resellers. Like, I started looking at all the jackets, looking for any hoodies. I found that nice jacket, but apparently it was synthetic leather, so I just left it and I just kept looking. And then I moved on to the pants. I started looking for pants, but actually I'm mostly looking for jeans, especially vintage jeans, or any athletic gear. So I just kept looking, because the good thing about this Goodwill is the employees are really good replenishing the aisle. So they're always are checking out when they can add more merchandise, and the prices are not very bad. So if you come to Dover, you can always check out all the Goodwill stores. They're really good at it. There are not that many thrift stores along the way, but it's also good to come out and check out, just not having to go at all the yard sales and flea markets all the time. So I started looking because I knew I was going to find at least one pair of nice vintage jeans. So I just kept looking. I look at those pair of pants, and of course what I first do is I just throw them into the cart, and then before we leave, we start checking out line by line. I had to put those pants back, but I knew I wasn't gonna give up. I looked at those Wrangler pants, but apparently it was not a profitable experience for them. But I wasn't gonna give up, And here's when I found those really nice OP Ocean Pacific vintage jeans. That was a great score. So at least I was gonna leave with something out of this store, even though I have gotten in too late. I started checking out the shirts and t-shirts for any kind of vintage goods. I can have them on my eBay store. Please visit our eBay store. If you like all our videos, please tag us and ring the bell if you like our videos. And also, please make sure you can subscribe to our channel so we can keep making videos, and if you like them. So here I am looking and kept on looking everywhere. My lovely wife also was around the corner trying to find some goodies for us to be able to sell them on our eBay store, but she's not the kind of person that's she's very private. She doesn't like to be on the camera. One of these days I'll convince her to get in camera with us. So I was starting to check out the hats, and I did not have any luck checking out the hats. So I went back to the other aisle looking for shirts. I knew I was gonna find something. I just knew it. I just had to keep on going. That's what a reseller needs to do. Sometimes there's no good days, and sometimes there's excellent days. So, you always check out all these other guys at all these other websites and all these other video channels at YouTube, and they're always like finding stuff, but the reality is that is not so. We have to keep on looking, be persistent, and the goods will show up. Just don't give up. So I started looking at all the shirts again, And I did come across a couple t-shirts, like 2 or 3 t-shirts, and I actually had to put back a couple of them back because they were not good enough. Like you're gonna start seeing, I found that jean shirt, that Pittsburgh Steelers jean shirt, put it into the cart after I checked it. It was a fairly common shirt, so I did not want to put that into my eBay store. But I wasn't gonna give up. I'm just gonna keep on looking. I knew I was gonna hit it. I knew I was gonna hit it. It was gonna show up, and it's gonna be bien chévere. So I have to keep going. So here we go. We just kept going and looking, and Michael was looking and helping me out. I was looking at the sneakers as I was going through all the aisles of shirts. And here it is. This is a 2022 Firefly Fair Music Festival sweater. The year that Chemical Romance came to that festival in Dover. It's a local music festival here. I also found that 76ers festival jersey from Goodwill, but apparently it was a little bit beat up, so that did not meet my standards to be able to put it into my eBay store. So I just kept looking. I had to keep looking. And pretty soon I was starting to get close to the t-shirts. I found that Skull and Bones. I found that Dolly Parton t-shirt. But of course, after I had checked them out, I had to put them back. They were fairly common t-shirts. I found that Medea Fruit of the Loom Tag t-shirt, and I put that back also. And as I was going, I found one of my favorite t-shirts, a U.S. Army t-shirt with the Soldier's Creed. I had to give it a big old salute. That was a shirt that will be in my eBay store, so you guys can always check it out. It's in excellent condition. So I just have to keep on going. Looking and looking, you know. I will find out one of our best finds. It was not a vintage t-shirt, but it was a really good t-shirt nonetheless. This is some of the hats my wife picked for herself. And also she found those sneakers, those Air Max, Nike Air Max for me. So those are gonna be in my store. But I just had to keep on looking. I knew I was smelling it. I knew I was coming close to that t-shirt. And pretty soon you'll see it. It will show up right now pretty soon in my video. As I kept going and looking. And I was getting closer to it. As I was going through, I knew it was coming. I just had a sixth sense about it. You know, when you start looking for stuff, you know it's there. You know it's there. You just can't give up. And Michael was there, also helping me out looking for those sneakers, even though it was small pickings on the sneakers. And I just kept looking at the t-shirts. And then we found these. We were looking at these Adidas sneakers, but as we noticed, the bottoms on the heel were a little bit worn out, so I just have to keep on looking. So I just have to keep on looking at the t-shirts. And pretty soon, here it comes. It's gonna show up any minute. I just kept going. I knew I just had to think about it, and here it is. This Ozzy Osbourne Hot Topic t-shirt, Crazy Train, with still the tags attached to it from Hot Topic. So this t-shirt will be in my eBay store. So just kept looking, and then I found this really nice Nike sneakers that they will also be in my eBay store. You know, you see me getting the approval from Michael because he's my sneaker expert. So I just kept looking and seeing to see if I can find any more sneakers to put on our eBay store. pretty soon it was getting to the point that I wasn't gonna be looking anymore, because I just kept looking and looking. I could not find, but here comes another surprise. It's gonna show up any minute now. It's gonna come up, and I found these really nice Adidas sneakers that are going to be in my eBay store too, in really good condition. And as I kept going through the shirts, I was able to find me this really nice biker long sleeve t-shirt, Harley Davidson. It's that one right there. There it is, excellent condition. That will be also in my eBay store. This Harley Davidson. I always like to pick up any biker gear. Then I decided I was gonna go ahead and move on to the toys. And there's my missus. She just got away from the camera. Oh, there she is. Maybe she'll be able to go into the next video. So I started looking at the plushes. I found a couple of plushes in there, but unfortunately they were not good enough. Like this classic Sesame Street small plush. It was gonna be a big bird, but unfortunately after I looked it up, it was not worth that much money, so there was really no profit on it, so I ended up putting it back. So I just have to keep on looking. I look at some of the jeans, looking at some of the athletic gear. I will come up with one pretty soon. It's gonna show up around the end of the video. So I just went back to the toys, started looking for any kind of vintage toys. And at this time around I was not able to find any, but never give up. I always are. I have really good luck finding vintage toys, vintage Fisher Price, vintage action figures. So that's always something really good. Some anime plushes. So I just have to keep looking. So we move on to our video section of the store, and also to the games. I found that Walking Dead, and I thought it was a game, but actually it was a set of puzzles, and I did not have time to check out to make sure all the pieces were there, so I actually left it back. I only like to pick up most of the time when there are puzzles. I like to pick them up when they're sealed, so I put that one back. And then I started looking with my wife for any kind of Christmassy stuff, but also in the videos I was not able to find any sealed DVDs or sealed VHS tapes. And then here it is. That's the last find. A Nike basketball pants in excellent condition. So thank you for watching my videos, and I appreciate all your sponsoring. Thank you.